Hell yeah. Shaun Connolly joins us
Woo!
via satellite from Boston, Massachusetts.
Mhm.
Ben Basanga still in Wasilla, Alaska.
That's right. We're holding it down the last frontier style.
Uh, Shaun, we have not spoken to you since the big announcement, so I would like to congratulate you on the conception of your first podcast.
Well done.
I did it. I've worked really hard, and I didn't even really need rain for that long.
Hey, your hat looks like the one from the Sandlot hat, the one that he wears with the super long bill.
I'm killing you, Smalls.
Yeah, that is the Smalls hat. It's perfect. I love
I feel
that
like
movie.
I feel like Ness in Super Smash Brothers.
But yeah, it's only got a slight bend to it, like a slight curve. Like you wanted to fold it, but like you decided against it halfway through. Like
It's also a super meta hat because it's the Mets, but it's also making fun of the Met Gala logo, like the Met Museum. And I know
It's too deep, bro.
yeah, that's next level. That's an Inception hat.
it's like three people, like the joke is for like three people. Mets fans who are cultured enough to also understand what the Met Museum is.
So you hit three. Yeah, that's.
It's for the one New York rapper that gets invited to the Met Gala every year.
Yeah, it's for New York Nico.
Yeah.
God.
Did the Met Gala get canceled this year? Is that like a springtime thing?
Yeah, it did get canceled.
Did they do it on Zoom or anything? No.
I think they like announced their theme and had people like still because they want to raise money. So I think they still like zoomed in. Were like, hey, I'm Chrissy Teigen. You should pay us still.
Send us money. I hate when rich people ask me to donate money.
For real.
It bugs me. Like if it's like a normal person or some charity, that's one thing. But like rich people telling me I need to donate my money, like bitch, you donate your money. Like what the fuck is this?
Yeah, for real.
I'm not a fan of those like celebrity telethons. Like
They can just have one party in a wine cave somewhere and just solve the problem themselves.
Right. Like fucking host a dinner. Don't you guys have people that's their only job? Like $7,000 a plate or whatever you guys do, it's a wrap.
The razor that Jeff Bezos uses to make himself look bald alone would pay for like probably everyone that's hungry in America.
Yeah.
You know he doesn't use his own razor. He just pays a barber a ridiculous amount to do it for him, right?
He uses a one time only made Elon Musk laser.
I thought he had like a head Roomba that just like goes around.
he just puts it on. It just quaffs him. Oh shit! What are you doing, Dad?
Whatever this podcast, it's a lull. Just cut to the dog running around the house.
Come over here. You come back. Come here. What are you doing out here? Just hanging out? Oh man, I could never get a dog. These things are so much work.
I know, we have two of them.
Why?
How are your dogs doing during the quarantine? Are they sick of you guys being home all day?
Actually, they love it. Because they're both rescues who have seen a lot of trauma. So if they were people, they would be doing open mics in Boston. And yeah, they love all the attention. They love that they get to go out on so many walks, and yeah, it's gonna suck when it goes back to normal, and they're gonna be like, "Wait, what? Hold on." Yeah. So it's not even normal. It's gonna suck when we have our baby.
Yeah, there's just like a lot less attention being put on them the whole time.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, he really did just go inside there, didn't he? Archer, get out here. Oh my god. This is crazy. This guy. We can't.
Shaun, is your podcast anything like this?
It's just like it, actually.
Just you yelling at your dogs the whole time?
Yes. It's the whole podcast.
Oh.
This looks like the part of NBA 2K when the guy just has to take care of his dog.
Like he's just hanging out all day. Now he's like, I need to find new people. He's crazy. Come on, buddy. Let's do this. You as well. All right. I had to talk to the white people next door.
I never make clips for the podcast. I'm gonna have to like screen record this part
Yep,
and post it to Instagram this week.
you have to. That was too good. Ben being a responsible dog owner in Alaska.
Just like waving to the neighbors.
All right, you too.
He ended up in their house. They opened the back door and the dude just ran inside. He's just out there, just freestyling, dude.
No, honestly, you made that seem way like so chill for what just happened. Like I feel like anyone else would be like, "No, you're in the house. What are you? Get out of here! Come on!"
You're just like, "Oh man, are you serious? The dog just like walked into somebody else's property and is just potentially biting them, and we have a lawsuit on our hands."
Oh my gosh, no, that didn't. No, he's fine. He's a good dog. They're cool neighbors, but he's just like anytime somebody else is in the zone, he's got to go see what's popping. Like he's just like, "Oh hey, oh you guys."
How long was that leash that he was able to?
Well, because he's not on a. He's got like a. It's like a. They don't have a fence in the backyard, so it's like you put him on a post. But he's got pretty because it's like 4 condos attached to each other, so he's got like a pretty long leeway to go. But the backyard is like bigger than the neighbor's next porch. So if he wants to run in their house, he's got enough like length to do that. Because they're like
probably the first living black being in their house.
They're like, we just moved here, and these black things are already entering our house. This is not the Alaska.
Down.
This is not the Alaska we left the Confederacy for.
Yeah, you thought they carried guns around for the bears and the moose. It's not true. It's just...
I am the bear.
Like, I told you, one day this would happen.
That's pretty much how it goes up here. This place is wild. If you ever do get a chance in like 12 hours, Archer off the couch. You should try it. You should come up here. You have to see some of this shit, man. It's unreal.
I wish you were up there a couple more weeks. I have like a week worth of vacation time that I need to use, so I would just fly up there and hang out.
Dang.
Man, I mean, honestly, it's like I grew up in Colorado, so we always had mountains to the west of us.
Yeah.
And so it was always kind of cool because you were like oriented like, oh, I'm going west, these are the mountains, and you had really good views. You could see it going that direction. But here it's like you are surrounded by that, like 360 degrees. There's just mountains in every direction. There's a different mountain range. So everyone's like, you'll just be driving down a road and you'll cross like a bridge and you'll look over to the left and you'll see like 50 people just fishing. Just on like every bridge. Like people are just in there fishing with their gaiters on. Like it's just the craziest shit. Like I feel like the Wild West in a truck. Like this shit hasn't landed yet. Like
you said you went to Mount Denali, right?
Yeah. So it's the biggest mountain in the United States. It's like 20,000 feet. Which this second one is probably like 16,000. But you go up there and it's really hard to see because the top is in the clouds like all the time. You can rarely ever see the top. It's always in the clouds because of the way that the weather moves so fast up here. But once you hit that national park, I want to say it's like 60. It's either 60 million. I think it's like 60 million acres or something like that, or some ridiculous amount because they have so much space here. Like you can drive 20 hours and still be in Alaska.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to figure out last podcast. He said you could fly 20 hours and still be in Alaska. I was like, there's no way that's true.
Bro, you can fly like 14, 15 hours, though. Like, straight up. You can fly like 14 or 15.
20 hours and come back to Alaska.
That's what I'm saying.
You never left. Yeah.
I'm like, around the perimeter, you mean, right? He's like, no, straight across. I'm like, that is not true.
You can't even fly across the middle, dude. That's where the Aurora Borealis will cut your plane in half. I don't know if that's true or not, but it sounds legit.
I think that's Iceland, and I don't think that's what it does.
Listen, I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure. I'm going to walk to Russia tomorrow. I'll tell you all about it, dude. I'm just going to walk right through. I'm matching with a girl on Tinder there. She's going to sled dog me in. Yeah.
Have you had any Tinder action in Alaska?
I've been swiping just for fun. But It's really weird because everyone that you like swipe on, like every girl that you swipe on, they're all just like fishing. and like hunting deer. It's fucking weird. Like
I did change my Tinder location to Wasilla, Alaska, and there wasn't much potential out there.
the potential is yeah, the potential is not very high, that's for sure.
Everyone's got a kid and a gun.
That is 100% true. Fact. Verified. Children everywhere. In some cities, you can carry, like in some of the other places, you can carry guns at bars.
Yeah.
Like just open carry a gun at a bar. Because that's what I think here in Alaska, there's some places where you can just open carry at a bar.
It's crazy.
The craziest thing I've ever heard of, because that's what you need drunk people with, more guns.
If we had that in Boston, I think we'd have less frat boy fights. Like shit would get settled very immediately.
Very, very quickly. Honestly, Boston probably might be less racist because of it.
We all got guns now. It's
all those dumbass white boys would be like, no.
The Southie.
Vineyard Vine, save me.
I watched that movie, The Town, the other day. Have you guys seen that movie?
Oh boy.
Ben Affleck about Charlestown. It's Charlestown. I didn't know Charlestown was like a known bad neighborhood of Boston.
Not anymore. It's gentrified like everything else.
Oh, okay. Well,
after the Percocet epidemic swept through there.
Yeah. The Percocet Holocaust happened. Everything.
It cleaned out all the undesirables, or what happened?
Not even the undesirables, just everybody.
Yeah. They either OD'd or went to prison.
Either way, they got it. Got.
There's going to be a great migration from Walpole Prison back to Charlestown in about 15 years. A bunch of like 55-year-old guys being like, we got to get the Brinks. We got to rob the Brinks.
By then, Brinks trucks won't even exist anymore, dude. All your money's just going to be transferred electronically. And
yeah, they're going to be like, bro, all our money's on the moon.
Bro, we got to hack the crypto, kid.
They got to. Is there a crypto truck driving around? Smoking fucking Marlboro Reds or whatever you guys do.
Newports.
Going to the fucking packy for Newports.
Actually, you can't even get those anymore. They outlawed menthol cigarettes.
Oh my god! Wow, I'm not gonna lie. I think like that's fucked up, but at the same time, like
that's
I
racist
don't like
legislation.
Yeah, it feels like it's racist to do it. I don't know why.
A year ago, it was menthol are being targeted towards minorities, and it's killing our people. And then they banned menthol. They're like, this is an attack on minorities.
You can't win, dude.
Can we at least keep the crush? We can have the option for the menthol.
Just for bro, those Camel Crushes, those menthols would fuck you up. They'd hit you.
It's like one time I like bummed a cigarette after somebody and didn't know it was a crush and just hit it a little too hard and I was like, whoa.
Did your inhale like snap the bead inside of it?
The heat miser went into my lungs.
Was that the greatest moment of your life? Were you just like,
yeah, man?
I was hooked ever since.
I immediately started crip walking. It was amazing.
All of a sudden, I put on a throwback jersey backwards.
Yeah.
What happened? Oh, shit.
I had rhythm all of a sudden.
You became a 90s rapper. That's God. Yeah, no, I'm not a big – I never smoked a lot of cigarettes, but like I used to work on ships, and menthols were a really big thing because not a lot of ports had menthols when you're like in the Caribbean or these random islands and stuff. So people would go working on a ship is like a prison. I don't know. It's like the same currency. Like, I got menthols, motherfucker. You know, like they're trying to sell you this shit. And so people would go buy massive cartons when they could. And one year we had we had a what do you call it when you get too many of things? A surplus of menthol Camel Crushes. So they were going heavy. I smoked more menthol Camel Crushes in that year. I was about like I smoked like 3 of them and it blew my mind. I was hooked. 3 too many. They don't have them here though. R.I.P.
We get one R.I.P. per podcast. There it is.
For menthols.
Shaun, what have you been doing during this? You been getting outside? You been hiking? You doing any exercising?
I've been walking. I'm averaging like 14,000 steps a day right now.
What is that in miles?
Like, hold on, let me see. I'll tell you.
Taking the dogs out for walks?
Yep, and then just going on walks.
Yeah.
Just freeing my mind, of existential dread.
I feel that.
There's a lot of existential dread going around. That is heavy in the air
Yeah,
right now.
it's I think it's also the other pandemic.
Yeah, the silent killer, you know?
It's the second invisible killer of all of us.
It's like almost 7 miles.
Damn, dude.
Oh, shit, that's a lot.
Yeah,
Nice.
so I've been doing that.
You
I
wear
do
the
like
mask? You wear the mask on the walks?
We have a pretty quiet neighborhood, so I wear one when someone's close.
Yeah.
I go mask free, and then if I start to see someone coming up, I wear it. Especially if they're not don't even have the mask even near them, or didn't even bring it with them.
Yeah.
I shame them by putting mine on and staring at them.
You don't even walk past them. You just stand in front of them, nodding your head in disapproval.
You just cut that Karen glare right at him.
There was oh man, I am a mask Karen minus the racism. You take the racism out of a Karen, and I am a mask Karen 100%. We went to, my mom found a beach house in Marshfield, Massachusetts, which I have another whole thing about Marshfield, but let me just get this story out first. That we were walking to the beach. She found a house that is like separate bedrooms, 3 separate bathrooms. Like we were able to spend all of our time outside. Luckily, it wasn't raining or anything like that. We were able to it was a socially distanced vacation. It was awesome.
Mm.
And we went to the beach, and my brother, we all were wearing our masks just to get down to the beach. There's like a big stairway to get down to the beach, and that's a time where you could be in close quarters with someone else coming up the stairs, So we wore our masks. And this one girl, probably a teenager, probably maybe a freshman in college, walked up, no mask, nothing. My brother just goes out loud, just I just love when people wear their masks, like when they are near people. And the girl goes, "If you're going to the beach," and my brother responded, "It's still at the beach. It doesn't not be at the beach."
Yeah.
No, you can't get it, dude. The salt water cleanses you, bro. Did you know that? You don't know anything, Shaun.
Man, is Ben Basunga now Paul Cyphers?
He's absorbed his powers.
I think it's Alaska's getting to me, bro. People don't even believe in masks here.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Bro, Wasilla, Alaska, there's not a fucking, you look to the left, right, there's not a mask in sight, bro.
There's guns in a bar, there's no masks on face.
We got drunk guys in bars. You think they're gonna give a fuck? We got drunk guys that are allowed to carry guns in bars. You think they're gonna wear a fuck about a mask?
Ben said they have live music and concerts going on up there right now.
I went, bro, a live concert, Shaun. This is real. I went and there were just festival outside the club, bro. It was outside with they brought in the thing for drinks and everything. People were on the dance floor dancing with strangers.
They had a foam party. They were just pouring shots at everyone's mouth.
No, country rhythm doesn't have that rhythm, bro. They can't do foam and country music. We tried.
We're gonna need to, resell the flag and only have 49 states.
They won't even notice up here. They really won't. People come up here to get away from everything else.
Yeah,
you come out here to hide out.
Everyone must keep their money in their mattress.
There's not even a bank. I think there's one ATM, and no one uses it. They're just nah, dude.
They're still on the barter system up there. They got beaver pelts and shit.
Yeah, I had to go chain a couple pounds of salt for this drink.
Yo, Marshfield though, Trump country.
I tell everyone that. I'm outside of Worcester and Boston, Massachusetts is very rural. There's lifted trucks and duck camo everywhere.
Straight up, yeah. Marshfield is because it's all Dorchester and Brighton cops and firefighters, and this is their safe space away from the city where they can fly their Trump flag free.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Is Marshfield north or south of Boston?
South.
Okay.
Did you see anyone wearing a Trump or like an All Lives Matter mask?
No, I did see my first ever. This is my first time seeing All Lives Matter signs. Period.
Really?
There was a bar on one of the main strips in Marshfield, called the Roadhouse. I'll call them out. And when you post about this, they had like All Lives Matter signs. They have a Trump like giving 2 thumbs up.
Like cardboard cutout
on the front of the thing, and it says "We serve hot dogs."
So you had to go inside. You're like, this is still on brand for me.
we were Marator's like, we love dive bars, we love hot dogs. I think we still have to go.
You know what? It's part of the safari this year.
And you know, I mean, the only reason they were serving hot dogs is so they could stay open as a bar, because that's like the rule. You know, if you serve food, the bar can still open.
Yeah, I think Baker was supposed to cut back on that. Like, places are just like selling PB&Js and like we're a restaurant.
And bags of chips.
My roommate was telling me during Prohibition, some bars would have rubber sandwiches. and they would just move the one rubber sandwich from table to table as people were sat down. I was like, that's coming back for real.
That is 100% coming back.
Rubber sandwiches.
Hey, honestly, I think half of the sandwich shops in Worcester still just serve rubber sandwiches.
Shout out to Boomers on Highland Street.
I also think half the sandwich shops in Worcester are drug laundering fronts, and you're not going to convince me any different.
No. It's not just – I think half of the businesses in Worcester are
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm convinced. There's a lot of businesses in Worcester that are laundering some drug money for sure.
Dude, the fucking Hangover pub got shut down because the guy was like an ecstasy dealer, and like the restaurant was founded with like $100,000 worth of drug money.
Yeah, I forgot that.
They lost their liquor license.
That is a true story. That did happen.
It was like the Hangover, the Fix, and something else.
Yeah, they own like 3 spots.
It wasn't the Fix. It was the place that took over the Fix's old spot. But yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to sell you the Fix's name.
No, I love the Fix. Shout out.
They got some bomb. That's the burger joint, right?
Yeah, new location at Marlboro, open outdoor seating.
Do they still have the location in Worcester?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're doing a thing called the Hoppy Meal, where you get like their version of a Big Mac, fries, and a 16 ounce of B Hoppy from Wormtown.
To go?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know.
Hey, Jesse, you wish you could participate because that sounds delicious. When I come back, I'm going to get a Hoppy Meal.
You can have my beer, but I'll get the little Mac or the bigger Mac or whatever the thing is.
They call it a bigger Mac.
Yeah. I think they have the one patty is like the littler Mac.
Yeah.
For someone, you seem to know a lot about this sandwich, Jesse.
Yeah, I love the Fix. I've been many times.
Is the Fix paleo?
Are they what?
Are they paleo?
Keto.
Oh, whatever.
I'm not, dude. During this quarantine, I have not been keto, and I did it for the first 2 weeks in April when we all thought we were gonna get our shit together. Like after like half of March, or like this might be a while. I'm gonna turn things around in April, and then, like after like April 15th, I was like, "Fuck this!" I've just been eating nothing but fast food ever since.
Nice.
Donuts.
It's so funny though that we all like. There's different phases of this quarantine.
Yeah. Yeah, I did one open mic and I mentioned that. I was like, everyone had like the baking phase, the crafting phase, the workout phase.
Yep.
We've all been through the same shit.
Yeah.
I lost 15 pounds in quarantine.
Wow. People are putting on the quarantine 15, but you're saying you're subtracting the 15. Was it from like the walking or just eating like healthier or what?
I think it's just 7 miles a day.
Yeah, 7 miles a day, drinking less because I'm not doing shows anymore. Also not eating out because I'm doing shows anymore. Like I'm cooking for myself. It's just I also want to live to see my kid be 18. So.
Minor detail.
Oh yeah, truly congratulations on your child. The conception of your child.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. And man, how do you guys know if it's gonna be a boy or girl yet? Or are you guys that far along now? A boy.
A
Oh,
boy.
Hey, let them decide.
Yeah.
True. It's true.
They're gonna have
All right.
a.
They
All right.
have a penis
Huh,
Okay. All
Okay.
right. That's cool.
for now.
for now.
Yeah, man. Well, congrats. Do you guys have any names in mind?
We got a name. I'll say it on the podcast. I don't care.
It's all right now. Big time reveal for
Lonely
the
Man's
OnlyFans.
exclusive.
LonelyMans Connolly.
First name Lonely, middle name Mans.
Yo,
The family name.
listen, the 2 thumbs up like that.
Connolly - Dickinson.
Todd Connolly? Is that what she said?
I know it's Davin Moses.
Moses. Davin Moses.
Davin is Mairead's mom's
It
maiden
sounds like a
name.
Def Jam comic.
Yeah, I was about to say, that dude sounds like he's black. Yo,
he's
you know
gonna come
Davin Moses?
He's gonna
You
come
can't
out with
follow
a DJ.
Davin Moses.
A DJ in the corner is gonna just drop a beat as soon as he comes out.
Davin Moses has got bars, bro. He's about to hit you with a hot 16 just fresh off the top.
Nickname Davin Moses.
I'm not with it. The dab is dead. Listen, I remember one time I watched Hillary Clinton do the dab, and I said, I'm done. I will never support another dab again unless it's drugs, but not that dab.
I honestly, I gave up on, like, I thought we should have locked Hillary up way before Benghazi. We should have locked her up when she tried to do the Dougie. That was
Was that on Ellen? It had to be on Ellen.
Yeah, I think it was on Ellen. She tried to do the Dougie on Ellen, and I was like,
Lock her up.
not my president.
Shaun started that's when Lock Her Up actually started by Shaun started that 4 years earlier. He's
Yeah.
like, Lock Her.
And
Yeah.
how is Ellen now more of a war criminal than Hillary Clinton?
What happened?
Yeah,
Bro.
she needs to go before Congress.
People soured on Ellen so fast. What did she do? Did something come out about Ellen that people didn't know?
She's really mean to all of her employees.
Yeah.
Ah, that's fair. That sounds like something that she would like. If I was a rich white woman, I'd be like, "Don't you foreigners get anything?" Like
I mean, do you see her most recent special? I don't know if you watched it, but it's a lot of it is about how she's rich.
That's like a lot of people's like fifth special. Like that's what it turns out to be. They cannot relate to like normal. Somehow Bill Burr stays somewhat relatable, but.
What do you mean somehow? Because he still lives in New Hampshire and he didn't like sell out and like become.
No, he's been in Los Angeles for 25 years.
Yeah, he hates Los Angeles too.
But I thought he still spent some time out here though.
Oh, he has a house out here.
Yeah.
He has a house in New Hampshire.
Yeah. I thought because I was listening to one of his podcasts and he says he spends a lot of time out here. Like he still goes back and forth between like a lot. Like he's not like fully LA yet. Like he's not fully LA all the time.
Well, I mean, he's been an LA comic for over 20 years.
Well, like an LA comic, but like he's not there. Like he doesn't live there year round.
Yeah, he goes back and forth.
Yeah, he's on the
He
road.
has the luxury to be able to go back and forth.
Yeah, that's. But I think that semblance of going back and forth keeps it. Because if you live in LA, you can't be like a real person and be rich in LA. That's a different type of world down there.
I know, it's true. But yeah, you're so right about the fifth special being the rich or probably sometimes not even the fifth. Just like whenever their fame explosion happens.
Yeah, Chappelle's funny about it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm fucking rich. I have a lot of money."
Agreed. But like Kevin Hart became unrelatable real fast.
Yeah.
Well, because he's not relatable. He's really not. His life and ours are no longer the same.
It's true. Like when I heard Will Smith was going to start doing comedy again, I was like, what does he have to say that we can all laugh at?
Yeah.
Other things being entangled. I guess he could just make fun of himself being cucked all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, it's so weird. Like right before that happened, I was thinking about what happened to August Alsina. Because in like 2013, he had that one like hot song.
I love this shit, man.
Yeah,
that was my jam.
That song was so good. I was like,
bro,
what
that song
happened
was
to him?
fire, bro. There's a remix. You don't need to listen to it. That song was fire, though.
And then I was like, oh, he's having like a pretty dope life.
Bro, he got too much in that wop, and he was too in love.
He got like some like terminal disease, but then somehow banged Jada Pinkett Smith like also. I don't know.
Maybe he got terminal disease sympathy sex, which is legit, if that's what it takes.
What a life.
Man, but is that a one-hit wonder? Is he a one-hit wonder?
I think so.
No, I think you Jada fucked more than once.
No, not Jada. Good, well played. Well played. Ooh, Will Smith does not approve of that joke. But no, but that was his only song. He never had any other bangers, right? Well, besides Jada, like he never had any other bangers, right?
No, I think that's it.
That was the one.
But that one hit though was fire. It was fire.
Yeah, like Will Smith and Ellen, like even like Michael Jordan, we just like try. Like you gotta just dip out of fame now. You gotta have like a good ride and then dip out because like once you get old enough, we just trash the fuck out of you.
Yeah, well, it's like Batman said, right? You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a villain.
Become a meme.
That's what it is in 2020. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become a shitty meme. Like that's what you are. That's how it works. Like
yeah, it's like and we've even seen even Tom Hanks, who we thought was untouchable, he got coronavirus. So like he didn't get trashed by like society, he got trashed by biology.
No, now they're calling him a pedophile. That's the new thing, is that he's too squeaky clean. He has to be a pedophile.
That's fair. Yo, and didn't he fly on like one of Epstein's planes and people like explain yourself now?
No, I don't think so. That might be like a QAnon.
No, I don't know, but there's like a long list of people. We lost Shaun Connolly.
We lost Sean's video.
Oh.
All right, it's cool. All right. But
we start talking pedophile conspiracies and Sean's camera just cuts out.
Well, I had to like, I thought that you might have been able to see some of my kiddie porn collection of the back.
Nip it in the bud.
I'm like, why does he have VHS? It's like, oh, you can't get the classics on DVD now.
The classics. Lolita Express.
Oh, you're John Benet Ramsey.
Right. Oh my God.
The hits.
Isn't there like a list of like a bunch of people that flew on that plane though? Like people that we know?
Yeah, I think we talked a lot last podcast that Chris Tucker was on there. I always bring him up because he's like the only comedian on the flight logs, and it's just super random that he's part of that list.
Oh man, Tom.
Was there anyone else, or was just the other guy?
There are so many. Well, Bill Clinton was on there like 20 times. Donald Trump.
Gates was on
Bill
there.
Gates was on there. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people were on there.
Chris Tucker, that's a funny one.
Yeah, that's the funniest one.
Why? What was Chris Tucker? Come here, girl. He's still pulling girls.
I think I did Paul's podcast the other day. It'll never come out, so I can do the same bit. But we're like, Chris Tucker, he's like, man, what are all these little girls doing on the plane, man?
He's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Hey, man, let's go. Fucking Chris Tucker was so fucking funny, man. I love
you
Chris.
Understand the cum coming out of my dick?
That's some grown man shit. This ain't for no kids. Chris Tucker would be, man. Did you ever watch Chris Tucker's like early Def Jam comedy specials?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I used to love that shit. Chris Tucker was so fucking funny.
Are those on HBO Max or HBO Go or anything?
Now? I think he has one that's on HBO. I think he has one HBO one.
I don't know why I haven't been doing that the whole quarantine, just watching every Def Jam beginning. That's my new project.
Someone, a comic from Cincinnati that I can't remember the name of because Josh O'Neill shared it, but he did like a Bernie Mac bit, but instead of the Def Jam DJ coming in after he tells the punchline,
I just saw this. Yeah.
He just played Jason Mraz instead. Oh.
He's like, I don't know. I never ate no pumpkin pie. My life away.
As I'm singing that song, I'm like, man, I kind of look like Jason Mraz.
Mr. AZ, baby.
Oh, that's from the stand-up where fucking Bernie Mac, after every punchline he says, hit that shit, DJ, and he keeps hitting the DJ. He's like,
kick ass!
Kick ass! That's what he says. Kick ass!
Kick ass!
I've been saying on this podcast that I want to start a TikTok where I just lip sync old Def Jam bits. but I have to like pick and choose very carefully.
Yes, you do. You could have done that pumpkin pie one.
Yeah, I can do the fucking pie one. Yeah, for sure.
Kick ass. Just wear like the cow colored jeans that he's wearing in that.
Yeah.
Everything.
There were like 9 different colors of like just straight bands on his jacket. It was just like, it was the weirdest looking jacket he was wearing.
Wasn't it like I heard something about the show before he did in front of that same audience. He said like he felt like they weren't like he wasn't in touch with them because they were like too young and he wasn't hip enough or something like that. So when he came out that night, he's like, give me like the hippest thing you have. And they picked out that outfit. And then he came out there and he just stared at him for like 10 seconds and didn't say anything. And then he was like, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
No, he just walks right out. It just goes right into it. He just like says, like, cut it. And he's like, I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
Oh my gosh. That shit is so fun. That's the dopest
I watch
thing.
that video every couple of months for spiritual guidance.
Yeah.
It gets me pumped up, dude.
Bro, I told you, Jesse, that shit got me motivated to just try to go out and just do something, like say something crazy on the mic. Like, I don't give a f. Bro, that shit is just, it's so dope when he does
I did a gig with Tim Lovett in Northampton, and he came out in white painter overalls with his face airbrushed on the legs, just like Bernie Mac.
That's pretty cool.
I can't say that I was not jealous.
Don't you have white overalls, Jesse?
I have black overalls, but I do have white Levi's skinny jeans that are still wrapped up in the package because I'm too afraid to wear them.
You need to get the white overalls.
You gotta airbrush your face on them now.
That is it. You need to get airbrush Jesse Berlin game on something.
I will text Brianna and have her do. That'll be the next project.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
You
if we were doing Deck Comedy Jam part 2 this year, that would definitely be the look.
Well, you know what's funny is that we probably could.
Yeah. Yeah, like halfway through the summer, I was like, why are we not doing Deck Comedy Jam?
If there's anything we could do, it's that.
That is fair.
Everyone is ripping us off this year.
Yes. You came up with it first.
Yeah, you even have a logo, dog.
Yeah, we have merchandise.
Those shirts everywhere. I see those shirts everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Both people that bought them are killing them, bro.
Yeah, I'll see random comics Instagram stories, and that's like their laundry day T-shirt.
Yep. Same with Woot Nanny. It's always a laundry day shirt. It's like,
Okay.
It's so funny.
I have a LonelyMans exclusive thing I've never said before. I love that first Woot Nanny T-shirt, dog. I rock that in like my normal outfit. I rock that. I'm here in Alaska, and that shirt is with me.
It's in the rotation.
It is heavy in the rotation. I fly in that shirt. I rock that shirt heavy. That first Woot Nanny shirt, dope.
It's awesome.
It is a dope shirt, and I rep that shirt heavy.
That's good to hear.
It's got the dates on it before you learn that's a bad idea.
This is a collector's item I have now. So
yeah, you got the mistake Jordans.
Those are the best Jordans. Do you like Jordans? Like, do you like follow Jordans or anything like that, Shaun? Like,
no.
Oh, okay.
He's into the white man Jordans, the New Balance.
Well, the thing that you don't know about Shaun is that Shaun can play basketball. Like, Shaun's a hooper.
It's true.
He can hoop.
Yeah, I've heard Shaun is deceptively athletic.
Yeah, no, Shaun is good at basketball. Like, you see Shaun Connolly on a stage, and you would never guess, but Shaun Connolly can hoop. And I was like, oh, damn, I didn't see that one coming.
I've been trying to find someone, and Ben, I think you're my guy. We could Wesley Snipes, Woody Harrelson.
Bro, we could. We really could, bro. You can't have some of your comedy outfits, bro. Be like, you get that guy every time, bro.
Maraid's Rosie Perez. It's perfect. We're all set. Like, we got this.
Yeah, Ben's sitting there in one of your Christmas sweaters on the bench, like hanging out.
But listen, Shaun, I don't care. We come out looking goofy as hell, but we ball you up. We're nice. We give buckets. We really would. I like it. Yeah, we hoop. We need to bring that back, Shaun.
I know, for real. Whenever we can actually do that again.
Yeah, whenever gyms are allowed to be open with more than like 4 people inside.
Yeah, when they take the burglar bars off of the basketball hoops.
You'll never play again.
I live right near a school here in Boston, and the actual like where the hoop is, like the cement is awful for like being able to play 1-on-1 or even half court or whatever. But you can, if like it's just you shooting around, it's perfect. And so I go and shoot there all the time. It's great, and you don't have to worry about anyone being around because schools aren't open.
Never coming back.
Yeah, and they won't be.
Has Boston decided what they're doing with schools for next year yet?
I don't think they've officially come out either way. Somerville is going remote to start. I know that.
Really?
Yeah, Somerville and Cambridge, I think, both decided remote, but Boston has not officially said either way.
I forget that school comes back in August, and we're in August now.
Yeah, some schools have already started. Like down south, they start early.
Yeah.
For football.
Well, this year, that's an okie dokie. That's not happening this year. Surprise. Alaskan schools are requiring kids to wear masks. That's a big news around here. Masks. They weren't even going to do that. They were just like, we're just going to go back. But some of the schools were like, nah, masks? Fine, we'll make the kids wear masks. Goodness. Jeez, you want to be welcome.
Yeah, I saw a meme. It was like, we can't control kids wearing masks. And then it's like also schools, it's like every single dress code. Like you can't wear like spaghetti straps, have like designs in your hair, like political shirts, like cigarette T-shirts. Like
Nothing.
we couldn't wear hoodies at my middle school.
I couldn't wear hoodies.
Which
we got do-rags.
The post-Columbine like dress code restrictions were insane.
There was a lot of like dress code restrictions in Worcester because a kid who wasn't even in school, he was like 19 or 20, like snuck into South and stabbed somebody, and then it was very reactionary, and like for 30 years there was just like the response was like certain colors, if it was like with a color with nothing on it. And like no hats, no hoodies, no backpacks. Like they were all like, it just became, what's funny though is that like anyone who's being restricted, they figure out a way around it, right? And so one of the gangs in Worcester, like, all right, you can't wear this color anymore. So they started like, they're like, all right, now the Cincinnati Reds are that's what we wear now.
Yeah.
We wore like, the high school kid like, hey, you're not a Reds fan. Take your Reds hat off.
Yeah.
that just became their logo, is like the Cincinnati Reds. And so then a friend of mine was getting his doctorate at Clark, living in Maine South, where one of those gangs are. He's from Cincinnati, Ohio, and a big Cincinnati Reds fan. And he was walking down the street one day wearing a Reds hat with 4 other guys coming towards him. And he was like, oh my God, Reds fans? You guys like the Reds? And they're like, what?
Who the fuck are the Reds, dog?
They're like, complete this nursery rhyme for us.
E-I-E-I-ow.
Yeah, he gets G-checked on his way to work. Yeah, what Bloods gang is it? They wear like, what baseball team has that, like cursive P?
Oh shit, dude. The guy just walked outside holding a fucking rifle. I'm not joking you, dog. I'm not joking you.
Don't put him on camera, dude.
No, you can't see him, bro. But he just walked by my window holding a fucking rifle. Like, this is Alaska. Never mind. I tried to catch him.
You heard a dog enter his room.
If he comes back, I'm going to be ready. Holy shit. Yeah, so sorry. It still catches me off guard. I don't know how comfortable you are with seeing people just walk like 7 feet in front of you with just holding rifles and guns. It's a weird feeling.
Yeah.
Not at all.
It's not comfortable.
Gosh. I guess there he is, bro. He's fucking just holding it, just so casually, dude. Just strapped up.
Have you all seen Sam Jay's special?
I heard about it. I haven't gotten to watching it yet. Have you seen it?
It's so good.
Is it?
I suggest watching it.
When was Sam in the Boston scene?
She probably moved 4 or 5 years ago now.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Did she go to New York or where did she go?
Yeah, New York.
She went like straight to SNL, didn't she, as a writer?
She didn't get hired from Boston, but she went to New York and then shortly after got hired. Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
I know. And so yeah, she's living that writing at SNL, not going like she's been on camera I think twice maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen
And
so many big comics promoting her special too.
oh, it's so cool to see.
Yeah.
Because like when Nick Chambers, Doug Gurton, Ryan Staples, and I ran that club, the Stage Time Comedy Club, for a little while, Nick was like very early on in us starting the club. He was like, we have to get Sam J because she's going to be huge. We need to get her now before it's too late.
Yeah.
And he was right.
Yeah, because she wasn't doing comedy that long before she moved, right?
Nope. She did a little bit in Atlanta, but she grew up in Boston, moved to Atlanta, thought she could do comedy there, did a little bit in Atlanta, then moved back home, and then started blowing up when she was in Boston.
Yeah, that's interesting because I wanted to move to Atlanta for comedy for a little while, just like as a place to like hide out.
Yeah, I know a lot of people who have, but the problem is now is there's like it's kind of like Boston where there's only like one A club.
Oh yeah. But there's also a ton of TV production down there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it is like a hot spot now for entertainment.
Yeah. It's Georgia does a really good job of, like Massachusetts does, of like the tax incentives for filming.
For filming, yeah. There used to be some other cities that were, I want to say it was like Michigan or Milwaukee or Wisconsin that used to do that too, get a bunch of people out there. But
yeah,
if you make all the tax incentives, that's why if you notice like a bunch of TV shows were all filmed in Georgia and they had that Georgia Peach at the end of it, which surprised me because you would think like no one's going to Georgia for fucking entertainment, but Atlanta's big in it, really big.
Yeah, Tyler Perry has a whole compound down there now.
He does.
For filming, and everyone gets tested at like every point of the production.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I think it's like the NBA bubble too. Like you come in there, you get tested, and then you have to stay there, and like every day you get tested. The whole crew is tested.
You can't go to Magic City.
Lou Williams style, dude. Did you hear about that?
That's my favorite story in quarantine, I think.
Bro, well, Lou Williams is the best.
What is the story? Because I think I've heard some things about dudes like sneaking in some booty like dirt into the bubble.
Yeah. So first of all, let's give you some background on Lou Will. Right? Lou Williams is first. So have you've heard like the phrase two, like Drake has a lyric about like two girls something like Lou Will, right? So Lou Williams is a basketball player. He used to live in Toronto, and he's a pretty good basketball player, but he got famous, like he got like street famous because he had two girlfriends that knew about each other. It was Lou Will and these two girls he just lived with, like just like that. Like he was just balling like that. People were like, damn. But in the bubble, you can't like bring in these people. You can't go get outside food. You can't do whatever.
Was he on like Basketball Wives or something?
Yeah.
Or Love and Basketball? Yeah, okay, I think I've heard about the two girlfriends situation.
Yeah. So that's him. And then so he was out on leave from the bubble or whatever. And then reports got out that he ended up at Magic City.
Reports? He was putting it all over social media.
Yeah, and then he said he was only there for the chicken wings.
Because they're named after him. They're called the Lou Williams chicken wings.
Oh yeah, I heard someone joking about like getting some chicken wings like in the bubble, like, and that's like code for pussy.
Yeah, because Lou Will's a pimp like that. And then some stripper called him out and said he tips very well and shit. Like, stop messing up with the bag, man. Come on.
Oh, that's so funny, dude.
Lou Williams, though, the most gangster thing of a human being has ever happened to Lou Williams, though. And it's crazy because Lou Williams is from Philadelphia originally, and he does like a bunch of stuff from the city and stuff. He used to play for the Sixers, or he used to play for the Sixers. He's real big in the city in Philadelphia. But when he was there, somebody came to rob his car, holding the car at gunpoint. And they saw that it was Lou Williams, and they're just like, not Lou Will, man. You do so much for the city. Like, I feel bad. Like, I'm not going to rob Lou Williams. And then Lou Williams, like, took the guy and bought him, like, food and had a conversation. Like, I understand things are hard, but you can't go around robbing, like a life-changing moment for this dude. But how many people get a gun held to their head and they're like, it's you? My bad, dog. And then not only that, but are, like.
It turns into an after-school special.
Yeah, to see this moment and be like, okay, like I could fucking call the police on this guy, I could fuck him up, I could do all sorts of crazy stuff, but to turn it around something like that.
Nah, this guy's just a victim of circumstance. And
no, Lou Williams is just a different type of dude, though.
He's the best.
Yeah, Lou Williams is dope. I like Lou. I love Lou. He came from high school. He was like the last. Believe he was he was like the last draft class of
Yeah,
high school.
one of the last classes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who does he play for?
He plays for
Now
the
he plays
Clippers.
for the Clippers.
Yeah.
What message does he have on the back of his jersey? What's his slogan?
Magic City, dog.
Magic Mondays.
Try the chicken wings.
That's it. That's all you need. Chicken wings.
Speaking of NBA players needing to get the chicken wings, it reminds me of someone came up with pulled a report of all of James Harden's best performances, and in relation to how the quality of strip clubs in those cities. Like he performs really poorly in Boston because Boston has shitty strip clubs.
he kills the Hawks. He loves Magic City.
Is there like a chart for this?
Yes,
Yeah,
there's a chart.
it's like, I think it's on Reddit, right, or something like that. Someone put it up there. Like I thought I saw it on Reddit. Like James Harden in relations to strip clubs in the cities' performance. I was like, this is ridiculous.
He crushes the Atlanta Hawks. Like he destroys in Atlanta. He was like happy to be moving to Houston because Houston has such great strip clubs.
That's why he's there, baby. H-Town strip clubs. It's not, yeah. There's like a whole thing about that. I was shocked. It was one of the reasons apparently that him and the Kardashian girl, whichever one he dated, I can't remember, did not work out. He's got a really big affinity for strip clubs. Is that the club?
I've only had a lap dance once, and it was at a strip club in Atlanta. I was like, when in Rome.
Right.
Could not go to Magic City. It's like $100 to walk into that parking lot. So I went to the Claremont Lounge, it's like if the Hotel Vernon had a stripper pole in the middle of it. Or Ralph. Well, Ralph's because it's completely covered in stickers and duct tape.
Were any of the girls pregnant?
They looked it, but I didn't want to ask. It's rude to ask.
That's uncouth.
No, that place, they have strippers that crush beer cans with their titties, and
hell yeah!
They'll sign them for you.
That's great.
Yeah, it's called Where Strippers Go to Die because like they're all over like 50 years old. And they have one of those internet jukeboxes in the middle of the place, so they're like, "What song do you want?" I was like, "Put on some Future." I was like, "I need to get a lap dance," so she put on Jumpman. I got a lap dance to Jumpman.
This is the newest Future song we have.
It was 2015 or 2016, so that song was still popping.
That is. I wonder if it's like how like they have the senior PGA for old people. Like once you get past a certain age, you can't play anymore. Do they have like a retired strippers circuit? Like you're not Magic City anymore. You can only do the Claremont now.
One of those stair lifts up into the stage. Just like you wrestle up to the pole.
Yeah. She's leaning on her walker, giving me a lap dance.
Hey, you got to move out of Houston now. You got to go tell these in San Antonio. You can't be here anymore.
You go from Magic City to Magic Gardens retirement home.
What's the stripper pension plan look like? Do they got one?
It's a 401 band. So I don't know.
401. Shout out to Lou Will. That's all we're trying to say. Big Lou Will fan.
Shout out to Lou Will.
One of these days, I'm going to go down to Magic City and try those wings.
I also saw someone else made a chart. It was like, because you mentioned the Kardashians, it was everyone's athletic performance, like pre and post their relationship. I can't find the chart anymore, but it was so well detailed. And like, there's like such a drastic drop off after they date the Kardashians.
I try to talk about this on stage. It's a real thing. We talked about James Harden. James Harden had statistically one of the worst seasons of his career since he'd been in Houston. The year he was dating the Kardashian. They broke up and he won the MVP next season.
It might have been Khloe. Or was it Kim? I have no idea.
Nothing Kim. I don't know. One of the ones. I don't think it was Kim. Like
Khloe put Lamar.
It was one of the sidekick Kardashians, you know.
Lamar Odom ended up smoking crack, right?
Lamar Odom's whole life changed, bro.
Yeah, Lamar Odom smoked crack. Kanye supports Trump. James
Chris-
Harden had the
Yeah.
worst season of his career.
Yeah,
Reggie
Kanye
Bush
got plastic
a
surgery and addicted to opiates.
Reggie Bush got a season-ending injury his year with the Kardashian.
Yep.
Fucking Tristan Thompson. He played all those games, missed like a whole season or got hurt, played horrible. Fucking
Chris Humphries.
Chris Humphries, yeah, he got out of the league, bro. He was like getting minutes, bro. He dated the Kardashian. He was out of the league.
Yeah, now he's like a bank teller.
He's a mortgage manager at
He's
a
a
federal
very tall bank teller.
There's gonna be a sequel to that Broke documentary, and it's gonna be the Broke Up with a Kardashian.
Bro, it's crazy. Everyone's gone to like what did Travis Scott break up with the Kardashian, or are they still together?
I think they're still together.
He's got a baby with Kylie.
Does
So
he
he's
even
like,
make music anymore?
I think he's like at the peak of his career. Like Astroworld.
Yeah, I think he's doing pretty well.
Yeah,
When did Astro World come out though?
that was 2 years ago, but then he's been on like a world tour for it, like for like the last couple of years.
No one's been on a world tour lately.
He's got his own Nikes. Like I don't know, he's doing well.
He's a character in Fortnite.
Holy shit! It doesn't get bigger than that, dude.
Well, now that you tell me he's in Fortnite, well, that's what happens when your baby mama's a billionaire. You got some power.
Like all of the Houston comics, everyone's stories the night that he debuted on Fortnite, everyone just filming on their Instagram story of Travis Scott introducing himself to Fortnite.
Yes, man.
It was a big deal.
Straight up. Does Houston rep Travis Scott? Because like,
Oh, they love him.
okay,
I mean, not as much as Bun B, but
yeah.
Ooh, Bun B. R.I.P. Pimp C.
I mean, I'm not even from. I rep Houston rap so hard, and I've never even
do.
been there before.
Yeah, you are Houston.
you knew who George Floyd was before George Floyd happened.
I got his mixtape, dog.
I know, I was gonna say, you didn't rap way before any of this happened.
I celebrate June 27th, like everything.
I know. It was wild.
I gotta go down with you and Moraine for Trey Day one year. We gotta do it up real big.
Please. You know, Bun B like put together like a ride out where everyone got in their different cars, and to like for it was like a ride out for justice. It was
They
so
all
sick.
like were swanging and shit.
Oh my god! And like they had like those crazy rims with the
80
Do they still have?
foes.
yeah, the
Do they still have
spikes on it.
spinners out
elbows.
there? Or?
No, they rep the elbows.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's funny. That's a thing that happens in Houston, but like, no, it's a thing that happens in Houston. You like will be driving in the suburbs, and all of a sudden you see it. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, the spokes like just poke all the way out at like this crazy angle. Like they go out like 20 inches on some
They
cars.
go into the other lane.
Yeah, it's like a Mad Max weapon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You ever seen that movie Ben-Hur? You ever seen that shit?
Yeah, yeah,
It's like
no.
like that. Yeah.
It's exactly
those.
like that, bro. They're just what the fuck are you? How do you get those on the highway? Like you're gonna take out people's tires and shit.
They just wreck Priuses on the
Every reckless, bro.
It's so funny because Houston is such a driving city. So that's like the only way. So if you get that, like that's how you get around. That's how you get to your job, whatever your job is. That's how you go see whoever you have to go see.
That's your daily driver's like this candy paint classic Cadillac.
I stay flossing in that candy. Is Mike Jones still flossing?
Of course.
Bro, Houston rap had its moment though. It was big for a minute in those early 2000s. Houston rap was everywhere.
I know.
Yeah, they
And
Yeah.
screwed and chopped. Everything was screwed and chopped, and then they all drank way too much lean, and they went downhill for everybody.
But let me tell you, if you're in a club when UGK plays, it is. I've never experienced anything like that. I guess maybe it's like when the Bruins score a goal.
And then do the
I
whoa.
I feel like it's a different
It's
energy.
complete insanity, but it's like it's just a song comes on. Like you could just if UGK comes on and it's like not even like when everyone's dancing, like it could be just like at a bar, but then International Player Anthem comes on, and all of a sudden like everyone just starts like going fucking crazy. Everyone knows every single word. It's like like they're all Don Zolo pledging allegiance.
Money on the dresser, drive a compressor.
Yes, exactly.
Top notch, homie. Take the most, not the less.
That straight up. That's what it's like. It's crazy. It's so cool.
Second RIP on the podcast of Pimp C, man.
Pimp
Yeah,
C,
for real.
Man,
When the Houston comics were up for Wound Nanny, I told them my Pimp C joke, and they were like, "That would annihilate."
It would.
bro, that would kill. Oh my gosh, you need to go to Houston just to tell that joke.
They're like, you would have to close on that joke. It would bring the roof down in the place.
Bro, throwing him R.I.P. Pimp C, dog. Don't you throw that in on stage sometimes? R.I.P. Pimp C.
Yeah.
If it bombs, I say thank you for the moment of silence for Pimp C.
That's.
Oh, of course, Worcester's not gonna get that joke. Like, come on.
That is not a.
I did it in Providence at the Connection a couple of weeks ago. It murdered. It was like the biggest joke of the night.
I believe that.
That joke never kills, but it's murder.
The Ja Rule joke hit too.
That's good, man. That Pimp C joke is genius. It's good.
It's very good.
Have you done any comedy during this, Shaun? You
Uh,
got your Zoom talk show, sort of late show.
yeah, I did a couple. I did a show for the studio. That was pretty fun.
Is that on
they
Zoom?
They set it up really well. Have either of you even done like Angela's storytelling show or something for her? No.
No. I've only done like the Worcester. I did like Brianna's like Instagram shows that are like pre-taped.
That was pretty
And
cool.
I've done the Worcester mic. I'll just go there to hang with Brian and everybody.
Yeah. The studio is a cool thing where they have a Zoom room where like all the comics are, and then they also invite like friends of the studio, like people who come to the studio a lot or are friends of the people who work there, just so you have like live laughers. But then that Zoom room gets like streamed to another link, so people who buy tickets can like watch the show and hear those people laughing at you. So it's not like you're in a room with like 50 people and someone could forget to mute and the TV's on in the background, or they're yelling for someone to get the cookies for them or something like that. And so the people that are in your room laughing at you are there for the show to laugh.
Yep.
And the other people can do what they want for that paid a ticket in the other room getting the.
So
getting the
you did this on webcam, or you go to the studio?
No, I did it in right here.
Ah, okay. But there's people at the comedy studio? Like,
No, not even. They're also zooming in. They're just
okay.
in your Zoom. Like they'd be like 12 other people in this call right now.
Oh, okay.
But then this stream gets sent to another place for people that bought tickets, and they stream watching us. They're not in this call.
Oh, they're not like mic'd up or whatever.
No.
Okay.
So it's really
That's
great.
kind of a cool concept. Yeah, that seems. At least you get.
It was a really smart way of doing it.
Yeah. I
You
think
get
the
like
hard.
actual live laughs.
I've heard some places like you'll go to like someone's like home studio, and then they'll have like a projector screen of the Zoom room, so you can kind of like look at like people's faces.
Okay.
That's kind of a cool concept.
I like that too. I also like Will Abel's. You guys know Will?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will. He does the thing where, because he's been quarantining with his family. It's his brother, sister, and mom and dad, and he makes them sit in front of his phone, and they're your audience. Instagram live show. It's really great.
That's funny.
They're really good. They're a really good crowd.
Just see their faces. What if they're pissed that day? They're just like, not funny. There's like the one thing about Zoom shows that are hard is like no feedback. Like you just talk to, it's almost like you're talking to yourself, and it's super rough. Like you have no sense of anything. It's like, did I do 5 minutes? Do I do an hour? Was that funny? Do I go, like, what do you do? It's.
I know. I was hanging out with Dan Bolger recently, and he's like, the problem with Zoom comedy is you hear one laugh and you think you're crushing. Because you're just desperate for any noise after you finish what you think is your punchline.
Yeah.
So anyone says anything, you're just like, that's it. I fucking crushed. That was such a good joke. But like it might have only just got, like, if you were at the Burren at 10:30, that might have been the only laugh you got, and then you would have felt like you bombed that night.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to gauge.
Yeah, those RIP to open mics, man. Are those ever coming back?
They are back in some capacity. I've done a couple of them.
Indoor open mics?
Providence has the indoor open mic at Askew, which is just like it was. It always looked like a pandemic was going on there. Like there was always like a weird energy in the room. There weren't a lot of people. Everyone was distanced.
Man.
I did Serenity Jones's mic at the Comedy Attic in the parking lot. And then I'm hosting every Friday in the parking lot at the Comedy Attic.
You guys only do it on Fridays?
Only Fridays. I'm hosting, working the door, and now producing it because I have to bring all of my own equipment and set up.
I recognized your light when I saw pictures the other night. I was like, "That's Jesse's light. They're using Jesse's light."
I went there and they had a little PA with like a wireless mic, no light. I was like, this cannot happen. So like, I like ran home last minute, grabbed my PA, my stool, my mic stand, my spotlight, everything, and set it up. And like, I don't know what would have happened if anyone else was working the door there.
I know.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't have happened. See, I needed to go to Alaska to let this moment happen, Jesse. If it might have been me, and that show could have been doomed.
Yeah, Ben probably would have got that gig if he was in town.
Yeah, and then I would have been.
Then again, I probably would have been booked on that gig, so I probably would have went home and got all my.
I know you probably would have still done it, and Ben got all the credit.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, now, Ben, you're doing a great job over there. I'm like, yeah, Jesse, I need you now.
They were gonna the last show, like it's nuts. Like they don't want to turn away anyone from like eating there, like outdoors.
Sure.
So if they don't want to pay for the show, they're like, all right, that's fine, I guess. So like last show, like 4 people bought tickets, and then the other like 20 people that showed up didn't buy tickets. So I felt bad for everyone that paid. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. So they were like, I guess we'll just have you like, if you want to keep doing the show, you could just like book the lineup. They'll just like promote the show on the Comedy Addict social media and just like give it to me. And I'm going to have to like book it and run the whole show and then like pass a hat around at the end.
Is that what you're doing this Friday?
They got Caitlin Palufo coming Friday, right?
Yeah, well, they already promised, like, I think Caitlin and Nick Chambers, like, paid gigs. So they're like, all right, we're going to, like, hold to that.
That's why they booked Cindy Gray, so that all of her friends would pay money.
I think she's at I think that's a beer garden gig.
Oh, is it?
But yeah, I was like, they're already, like, reaching into Cindy Gray's friends' pockets. Like, it's only, this has only been going a month now, but, you know.
If you keep going into their pockets, they're going to go to the shows and eventually get COVID and die, and then we won't have their pockets anymore. The seat will be better for it, but we won't have pockets anymore.
Yeah, but at what cost?
Yes, exactly.
Was it worth it? Was it worth it?
So, yeah, in a couple of weeks, I might have Jesse Burlingame and friends at the Comedy Attic. Well, so I'm willing to do it because, like, I don't know. I'm a complete psychopath. I'll take the stage time.
Sure.
Stay sharp for whatever reason.
I'll bounce back in, but I'll be ready with all these random nothing else to say from Alaska. Just be like, back in the East Coast, I looked at somebody and they were like, fuck you. I was like, it feels good to be back. Good. Perfect.
Dude, the Comedy Attic, though, like, Park Ave is, like, the busiest street in Worcester. Yeah. There's, like, Honda Civic drag races going on at all times.
I'm sure there's, like, little ninjas driving by. Just like,
yeah.
How many times a show do you hear police sirens going through? It's got to be, what's the over-under on police sirens throughout the show? It's got to be like 3 at least.
At least 3. At least like 2 times motorcycles go by. At least
There's
1.
Got to be just kids in the neighborhood.
Surprisingly, people walking by haven't heckled. And if they
amazing.
If they have, you can't hear them because you are like kind of far.
Sure. And that motorcycle drowns them out.
Yeah, the reggaeton drowns them out. You can't hear them.
The reggaeton.
They're heckling on the 2s and 4s.
You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck.
Very. With then they lose the rhythm and you
You
can't
suck.
hear
You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck. You suck.
Get off the stage. Yet, I booked Ollie Iconic on the show, and he's gonna joke about anal beads. And some dude at the auto zone just turns around like, "What the fuck?" Some guy walking into the auto zone was like, "What is going on over there?" It's you are in like the middle of Park Ave, just like
There's
yelling.
Like dad's picking up pizza at Blue Jeans.
Yeah. Some mom yelling at her kids, some fucking hipsters going to the Alteas next door.
The Sake Bomb Bistro.
Yeah, this shit is wilded. It's like a party on Park Ave right where you're at. And you're just like, nah, I'm here to tell jokes in the middle of this fucking parking lot on a Friday night.
I just leaned right into like the first show, like I was such a cunt because I had to like set up all my equipment, the phone for the tickets, like I couldn't log into it, so I couldn't check any, and like I was just being such a douche. But like now I'm like, make some noise if you knew this show was happening, and like people I'm like, make some noise if you're stuck here now. And they're like, yeah.
You're trapped.
I was like, let's fucking go, man. I was just like bombing the. I can't hear fucking laughs. They can't hear half my punchlines. Like,
bro, one day you're gonna look back and be like, this made me a killer.
it really is no different than bombing at an open mic to 3 people on a Tuesday.
Bro, it's no different than Askew was going before. Like, it's the same shit.
It's the new normal bombing.
Gosh. Have you done any like live shows, Shaun?
Like in person?
Yeah.
No.
Oh shit.
March 11th was the last time I saw people as a crowd.
Wow.
That's before us because ours was the 14th. It was a Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I felt bad. We had a party here on the 13th, and I felt weird about it.
Yeah, I almost went to that.
Yeah, no one got sick, not a single person. But like,
that's good. You didn't have a super spreader event.
Yeah, I know. That's all I was thinking about. Luckily, like no one that showed up got sick, and not a lot of people came. Huh?
I showed up.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
I had my first and last date before the quarantine. Like, I met a girl off Tinder, and I went to Somerville. I think it was right next to the Burren. There's like some dive bar like right down the street, and like that place was completely packed. And like I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, I know.
Because then it was still a joke.
It was weighing on my brain about the party was because everyone dropped off. We had to end up canceling hot dog on the Thursday the 12th.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, we're all if everyone's that concerned about not wanting to show up to that show, then why are we throwing a party?
Yeah, like sports just got canceled that week too.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Rudy Gobert.
I hope Donovan Mitchell beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, I did the roast battle at Laugh Boston on the 12th. And there was a bachelor party from Toronto that flew in to watch the Blue Jays play the Bruins.
Oh my God.
And like the NHL got canceled like that day. So they were like, what the fuck else can we do? So they came, it was like 12 Canadian bros came out to this roast battle. And Sullivan was just roasting them the whole time about like.
That's honestly great though. What a way to go out.
Yeah, that was their last live event, was watching me roast Al Krasakis.
Now all Sullivan has is just making fun of Zolo.
Right before this podcast, I reposted every single Pledge of Allegiance to my Instagram stories.
What a fucking dink.
Shaun Sullivan doesn't even follow me on Instagram. He DM'd me to say hero. Like, I don't know how he found out about this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, Mark Gallagher made a great video. Did you see the Gallagher video about it?
Yeah,
oh my god.
The abandoned friendlies.
Yeah, it's so good.
On the Chuckle Mile / Auto Mile.
Yeah. Oh my god. I was like, yeah, somebody needed to do that. it's gotten out of hand with the Zolo post. And Facebook, the algorithm knows that they just need to throw in like a couple of like those things every day whenever I check it. They're just like, oh, did you see what Zolo did? Like, you just have to let me
Since
know.
I reposted 30 of his videos to my stories, now when I refresh Instagram, his post immediately comes up to the top. They're like, oh, we know what you're into now.
We know what you like.
I forget what was it? I had something and then I lost it because that was such a funny thing that Instagram knows. Whatever.
Every time I see a flag out in public now, though, I like get tempted to start the challenge. I'm like, this could be day one.
Oh, that's what it was. Is that it's so funny that everyone's going to hate watch them, right? Like no one's like, and he doesn't understand Instagram at all or the media at all. So he looks and he's like, man, there's so many people watching my video. This is amazing. We're doing such a good job. We're all hate watching it. We're all making fun of him privately or publicly.
Yeah. I personally love it. I think it's great. I support it. Like, and it's not doing any good or bad. It's just a thing that's out there. It's amazing.
The LonelyMans
and he's stuck with it.
He's stuck with it.
He's very consistent.
He missed day 12.
I did notice when I was reposting, I don't know if he missed a couple on Instagram, if they didn't go to Facebook or they didn't go to Instagram. I don't know. Or if he just missed, there were like 2 day 21s for some reason.
Yeah, he missed day 12 and did 2 for day 21.
Oh, okay. He recouped 9 days later.
Well, Dan Crone's theory of him missing day 12 was because it was in honor of Tom Brady no longer being a Patriot.
No, that's a good theory. That makes sense.
I know.
It is very, very Zolo-like.
Also, my favorite thing ever is Don Zolo trying to sell Tim Dillon on his like powder meals that he was doing to lose weight. He was like doing some diet meal plan where you like literally buy packets that like you put it in water and microwave it and it becomes like Salisbury steak. And
he's also an Instagram fitness model influencer.
He's like, yes. And he was trying to sell Tim Dillon on it. And Tim Dillon just kept calling him Donzolo, like he was like some Italian dignitary.
That's what Ben keeps saying. He like tries to like smush all the syllables together when he says
Donzolo.
One word.
He goes, Donzolo. Have you ever heard of the island of Manhattan that has the best restaurants in the world? Why would I ever eat a packet of Salisbury steak?
I think our moral and spiritual leader, Donzolo. Donzolo. Only one word, bro. I think maybe that's where Tay-Tay got it from. Because I got that from Tay-Tay, just calling him Donzolo. So maybe he got it from Tim Dillon. But that is
so funny.
I can't – the whole thing is just so ridiculous. Like I can't – at first I thought he was joking. And then after day 35, I was like, no, he's serious. Like he's
Josh O'Neill got to like number 5 of my stories and DM me. He's like, "Is this a bit?" I was like, "A bit of much needed patriotism."
I love that he was like grateful. One of his was grateful for fast food.
I haven't watched all of them. I really should scroll through. But that's like that's 30 minutes of my life I gotta dedicate. What else am I doing, really?
So honestly, the worst part is hearing Don Zolo keep saying the Pledge of Allegiance over and over again.
Yeah, I could just scroll once it gets to the pledge.
Yes, that's true.
Was Sean Sullivan like live viewing all of them? Because I watched today's. He like did like
only did that today.
Oh, okay.
He only did that, which was great. I didn't know a human could say it's here that many times in a row. It's here, 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 it's here.
I was like, oh, he's going the full 15 seconds. He's like, day 30. I was keeping track. I was like, once it hits day 30, I need to post every single story. And I noticed a viewership drop off, like 5 videos. It's like first one has 20 views, and then my 7th story has like 15 views, like 5 people. Or some people are just like scrolling like I do with Che Anderson's Instagram stories. I just go like tap tap tap. tap.
500 a day.
Shout out Che Anderson.
How soon before Donzolo becomes like a Fox TV, like I gets his own Fox TV show?
Now he's gonna be a regular on Zolak and whatever.
He'll be on Red Eye.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be on the fucking Limbaugh talking some shit.
Barstool will buy his pledge pitch.
Oh yeah, they should buy his like they did with Call Her Daddy. They should buy the pledge show. 365 days a year.
Just on.
He should go longer than you did with the daily monologue. He should beat your record of days.
Yeah.
How many days did you do that monologue?
67, 68, something like that.
Dude, at what point were you like, fuck, this is going longer than I thought it was?
It's probably a week. The week that I ended up stopping on Monday, I was like, this is crazy. And then I decided to stop after George Floyd, and I was like, you know what? My voice does not matter anymore right now. No one needs to hear my dumbass one-liners.
You're going to do yuck yucks while there's a fucking race riot in the streets.
I was like, you know what? Let's amplify other voices right now. We don't need to hear me having a funny little quip about what Trump said on Monday.
But your mustache looks nice, you know? You should. Gosh. 2020
right, guys, I don't mean to cut off, but I do have a pregnant wife that I should pay attention to.
That's true. Oh, it's been an hour and 20 minutes. This has been awesome, Sean. This has been seamless.
Yeah. You nailed it. We did good. You nailed it, Sean. You were great.
It's been a seamless, fun time.
Mustache the whole time. I was just like, damn. Damn.
I did shave just today for this. I knew you guys also post this on YouTube.
Yes, thank you.
but you wore the wife beater because you really give a fuck.
Hey, Turkey and the Wolf. This is Ryan O'Donnell's little brother's restaurant in New Orleans. Support it. That's why I'm wearing it.
Outdoor dining and pickup available.
Also showing off my ink that no one ever sees.
That's just that Marsh. He's got the Marshfield look going on right now. We're posting this on Monday. Is there anything you got? Is Sort of Late Show coming up anytime after that, or?
I don't know when we're doing the Sort of Late Show next. To be honest with you.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was on hiatus.
It's just like we just kind of do it when we feel like we're ready to do it again. We did like we were kind of on hiatus, and then Robin said she really wanted to do it, so we did it for Robin.
You have your own podcast, an actual alt weekly.
Yes. When's
that come out?
That comes out every Monday.
Hell yeah! So does it. So today, turn off our podcast now that you've listened to the whole thing, and listen to my an audio newspaper, because that's what people need. And hear about what Trump said on Monday. It's crazy. All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, guys.